Back to Tennessee Mornings. It is almost time to send the kids back to school. You've probably been busy getting them ready, but have you thought about preparing them for being bullied? It's a growing concern for many parents. Activist and author Gabriella van Rij is here to give some insight on how to bully-proof your children. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's define what bullying is, because a lot of people, I think immediately it's physical. But it can be so much more than that.
Oh, it's much more. There are so many forms that it's almost difficult to give a definition. I would say it's an extreme form of meanness. And what I really mean by that is that this society, all of us, have dropped the ball on human kindness. We really have. We don't know how to treat each other. So by not knowing that, we have not instilled in the children today what bullying really is and what level you can tease and what level you have to really stop.
Now, your background is interesting. You're Pakistani descent.
Yes.
You were adopted, though, by Dutch parents.
Yes.
So were you bullied in school?
Yes, totally. Because
just by being different, right?
By being different, just by standing out. I think that's already enough. Back then, nobody called it bullying, but it was just as mean. I think words are so hurtful that we really forget that it takes a lifetime to forget the words.
Right. You're taking a look at this documentary here, and I know you're in town in Nashville for this documentary called Hear Me Now, and you're actually being interviewed for this, right? Tell me about this.
Well, the producer, actually my agent got this together. The producer of this movie is called Bill Cornelius. He has been bullied, and I think every single person who is on this movie has been bullied or has some experience. But what I like is this is specifically for children, and he is also targeting the bully themselves, meaning there will be a lot of interviews why they do it.
I see.
So that's really interesting.
Okay, so what advice do you have for, first of all, let's start with the parents. If your child comes home and says, "Mom, Dad, I'm being bullied," what should you say and what should you do?
Well, I would say already it's fantastic that the child comes home to tell.
Yeah.
I think most children won't do that. So my first advice would be the parents need to be aware, talk more. I know they have 2 jobs, I know they're really, really busy, but awareness is number 1. Number 2 is talking. And the warning signs are always there. They say that they can't see them. But for me, the warning signs are the child will withdraw, less and less friends, won't go to sports, and really doesn't want to go to school, will find any excuse not to go. So we need to watch that more carefully, not just think, oh, they're pretending to be sick. There's really something behind it.
And as we touched earlier, it doesn't have to be physical. It can be verbal. It can be just because you're different.
Yes.
And people are just talking about you differently makes you feel inferior.
Yeah, and don't forget, for the child, it doesn't even stop there. So not only will the child get a lot of low self-esteem, but it doesn't stop, meaning you have cyberbullying. So in the social media, it goes on. So the child, when it goes home, the parents need to understand the bullying actually continues. Cell phones, all that stuff.
Yeah, important for the parents to be involved in their social media too, right? And get on their Facebook page, Twitter page, and all of that.
And I think we have resources out there that can actually really help parents with filters on the social media level, because I know it's almost impossible to check all the feeds.
Right.
But I would really resort to that.
Okay, real quickly, we've got a few seconds left. Tell me about your book.
My book I wrote with all my might because I was different and the story is unique. And I wanted to find a way to empower people, that we can all find some strength on our journey and not go into the opposite part. I could have become a bully as an adult.
Sure.
And so I write about that, about my experiences. But what I found even more interesting, and I'm really passionate about, is if we don't start with the children, then we have nothing really for the future. And as I go out in the schools in North America, I decided to write a children's book because the children really relate to the emotions that I talk about.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here, Gabriella. We appreciate it. And you can get the book. It's called, again, With All My Might, and you can buy it on Amazon as well. Okay, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Very important topic.